Hello and welcome to a Rebels Radio interview. I'm joined by joint manager Jon Underwood following today's victory at home against Banbury. How are you, Jon?
Very well, thanks. Very well.
Good. Let's start off by talking about the squad and the team for today's match. A tough decision. You're only allowed to name 16. How did you get to your 16?
Yeah, we had 18 available today. Eddie passed the fitness test when we got there. So it was difficult. It was difficult to pick the starting 11. It was difficult to pick the subs. And you know that is where we are. We've got a very strong squad. We've still got a few more to come back, so I think there'll be more tough decisions ahead. But as managers, you want those decisions, and I think as long as you're as honest with players as you can be, and you tell them the reasons, then the players have to accept it. I guess the two that missed out of the 16 were Ben Edwards, who's obviously more of a player coach this season. Obviously, we think he will be involved as a player, but when we're that strong, he'll probably will miss out from time to time. And Adam Cornell, we had 5 centre forwards available today, and he missed out really because of, I guess, what he's missed pre-season. Although Eddie had been suspended, Eddie played at the last 3 friendlies, played a game in midweek. So it was unfortunate. We don't like to leave people out, but they're the decisions we've got to make. And
then you went down to your final 11, a bit of a change in formation, 4-4-2, giving Thomas his debut start and his home debut start.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wytham was the player to miss out there. How did you come to that?
Yeah, we made the call that we were at home. We were obviously playing a side that had lost their first 2 games, and we wanted to be very positive and have an extra forward up top. We're quite happy to play either way, 4-5-1 or 4-4-2. But 4-4-2 has always been mine and Bates' preferred system. Daryl's done very well off the bench twice, so we felt him alongside Johnny would be a good option. Obviously, somebody in midfield had to give way. Alex had done nothing wrong, and it was a close call. But we just look at the shape that we wanted to play and probably the performances on Tuesday, and we just thought the other lads just edged it. So it's very good to have a bench as strong as we did today. It gives us good options during the game, and it's a 46-game league season, so everybody's going to get lots of football.
Good conditions at Holloway. You must have been happy with how the pitch was prepared.
Yeah, pitch is very good. We trained there Thursday. It had some rain Thursday, and it was probably even sharper. We were able to pass the ball a lot sharper in training. It was obviously quite dry today, but they've done a great job with it. I know a few weeks back it was looking a little bit bare, but it's come on really well in the last few weeks. So, very good. We like to pass the ball, and the pitch certainly helped us to do that today.
And starting off with the game, a really, really good start over the first 15-20 minutes or so. You must have thought, after all the chances you had, what are you going to have to do to score?
Yeah, we did. I thought we were excellent first half. I thought we came out the blocks very, very sharp. We moved the ball very quickly. Got a lot of bodies forward. I thought James Dobson in particular, wide left, was outstanding first half. I think a lot of the good stuff came down his side, and he put some great quality into the box. We said at half time I think if we'd have been 3 up, I don't think we'd have, they could have complained. I thought we were that dominant, and the danger is you don't take more of your chances. I mean, the goal itself was a great ball in from Dobbo from a free kick, and George flicked it in. We put a lot of good quality balls into the box first half, and I think if we'd have just been a little bit more clinical, final ball sometimes in the final third, we could have gone in with a more comfortable half-time lead.
Does that concern you at all, the fact that just lack that clinical edge? Do you think at this level it may hurt you?
It can do, and if we do it in other games, we may get punished. I think the main thing at this stage, I've said a few times, I think we are still finding our feet a little bit with some of the new players. It was a new centre-forward partnership today. So I do think we'll get better and better. I think the main thing is we're creating chances. The worry really comes if you're not creating anything. And I think as long as we keep creating them, we know we've got players that can put them away. So, we're not worried about that at the moment.
Okay. Banbury came into it in the last kind of 5 or 10 minutes of the first half, started to look as if they could pose a threat. What did you say at half-time to the boys? Yeah,
we thought towards the end of the first half we got a little bit sloppy with our passing, went a little bit direct, and their centre-half was very good in the air. Maybe we just ran out of steam a little bit as the half wore on and stopped working so hard to make angles and pass the ball. We tried to get them back to that at the start of the second half, because we weren't as good in possession kind of last 10 minutes of the half, and and we did say at half time, if you know, the fact that we hadn't taken our chances, they were still very much in the game, and you leave yourselves open to a bit of a sucker punch. And
yeah, which came along obviously with a great goal.
Yeah.
And then it looked like Banbury were quite strong then for a short period.
Yeah, the goal lifted them. It was a brilliant finish. There's not a lot we could have done about their goal, I don't think. We'll obviously look at it again, but it looked a great finish. And the phrase that you hear a lot, goals change games, and that gave them a lift. I think it maybe put a little bit of doubt into our minds, and they were the better team probably for 10 minutes after the goal, and we had to kind of steady ourselves, and you
freshened things up a bit.
We did. We brought. I mean, George Frith he rolled his ankle just before half time, and he was okay, but we just felt he wasn't having a lot of joy down the right, and we just thought we would change that up. We got Alex on. We were literally about to bring Eddie on for Darryl when we got what turned out to be the winner. Brilliant cross from Johnny with his left foot, and Darryl was in the right place, and a nice header to score his first goal. At home in front of the home fans, up that end was obviously a great moment for him. Eddie had to wait a little bit to get on, but we've got good options on the bench, and we had 5 very good players on the bench that we could have brought on depending on what we needed, and that's really important. And I felt we got stronger after that.
Yeah, you seem to have momentum, and then the sending off, I don't know what you saw of it, seemed to kind of change the game a bit, and almost, I don't know, it just seemed to change a little bit of the momentum and gave Banbury a bit of fight. Yeah,
it looked like Johnny had a bit of an argument with their player, and they kind of faced up to each other. It was a long way from where we were. We heard that the guy got his hands around Johnny's neck or face, and obviously you can't do that. And the ref very quickly pulled the red out. I be honest, I didn't. From where I was, if they'd have given 2 yellows, I wouldn't have complained because we couldn't see it that clearly. But that obviously made our life a little bit easier. It meant that we've managed to find a bit of space to pass the ball and keep the ball better, and they were really only threatening on the break after that.
Any point towards the end of the game were you worried about closing it out just with that 1-goal lead?
Yeah, I think once they got a free kick just outside the box, out wide, and they had a giant centre forward, a couple of other big lads as well. And I think if they'd put a decent ball in there, it would have been very tough to defend. But thankfully, the lad picked out our first player and we managed to get it clear. But you do worry. I mean, we had it on Tuesday night. We were 2-1 up and conceded late. So you do worry if it happens again. The players then start to think, it becomes a bit of an issue then. So thankfully, we saw the game out. I think we made harder work of the game than we needed to. No disrespect to them, but I think the way we played first half, I think we should have put the game to bed. And we need to make sure that we improve from that point of view. And when we are dominant, we get a couple more goals in the bag.
Which players for you kind of stood up and had decent games today? I know you've already mentioned Dobson and also Thomas's input into the game, but who else had good games for you?
Yeah, I thought Dobson was excellent first half. I thought our lads at the back coped well with. I mentioned the lad. I think he's about 6'8" up front, Leon Simpson, and I thought Guy and Reese did very well against him. It's very easy to get into a fight and lose that fight, and they played him very sensibly. I thought George Short did well. Him and Jamie McClurg have been doing ever so well in midfield. I think everyone played their part. No one had a poor game. Everybody worked hard. Young Tom at right back, another very steady game from him. Good all round team performance. I say Dobbo stood out first half, but I thought overall it was a good team performance.
And now moving forward, was there any knocks or any injuries that people should be concerned about ahead of Biggleswade on Tuesday?
I think we'll be okay. I think we had a few. Johnny took a few whacks, and as I said, George Frith rolled his ankle, but I think he'll be okay. I'd be surprised if anyone has a problem for Tuesday. Obviously, we'll go in with a strong squad again. We may choose to tweak something. We'll have a look. It won't be very different to what we had today in terms of what we go with, but we'll have a chat about that before Tuesday. We expect a tough game. We know Biggleswade very well.
They came away with a decent 2-1 win today.
Yep, great win at Frome today. And they had not a great start. They lost the first one, then they drew, and then they've won today. So they're obviously picking up. They had a very good first season in the league last year. I forget. I think they came ninth, and they did very well. Had a good cut run as well. So there'll be a tough game. I think it will be a tougher game than we had today potentially. And not that we made, it ended up being tough today, but I think it will be even tougher come Tuesday. But I think we've got another gear to find still, and we're very much looking forward to it. We're along with a few other teams on 7 points. We're right up where we wanted to be. We've had a positive start. We need to try and make it 10.
Brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much for your time. We look forward to hearing the next progress of this season against the Biggleswade on Tuesday at Holloway's. Hopefully there'll be a massive crowd down there, being vocal as they were today, and I look forward to catching you up with you after that.
Cheers, John. Thank you.